She'd be like, no. I'd be like, okay. Rolls Royce sat on the driveway. You have never had a better night's sleep than coming home a little bit wavy and just going, oh, we sound so posh. But it's not.
Posh or weird, I'm not sure how hard for me to decide.
Yeah, it takes the posh away when you're sleeping in the back of your Rolls Royce.
Remember, guys, crash only in safe places.
Yeah.
Welcome, guys, to the new episode of DrifterAtHeart. I'm Woocash, I've got Ross with me.
The compulsory Woocash handshake.
Alright, it needs to be there.
Even on, the funny thing is, even when we're on FaceTime, and we're like,
Yeah.
see what I do? Every time. But, yeah, so I'm Ross. I've got an E34 520i. Big power. And I got into drifting probably 10 years ago now. I got a very cheap IS200. They were a thing.
They used to be a dirt cheap thing.
£300 because the clutch was on its way out. And I finished the clutch off and then scrapped it. But yeah, prior to that, I've always been in a petrol-head family. We've always had nice or quirky or fast cars or whatever. And then when it was my go, I progressed from BMXing and skateboarding, which seems to be like every drifter grew up on a skate park pretty much. So yeah, I moved on from extreme sports to extreme sports really.
Just the toys are bigger
Yeah,
and more expensive.
and give you more headaches.
But at the same time, I would probably say that even more adrenaline.
Oh yeah, massively. Because you spend 10 years mountain biking and riding BMX and stuff, and you're like, that was cool. And then you do the same thing again, you're like, it was all right. You do the same thing again, you're like, And then you find out what a limiter does. Yeah, constant. Yeah. So yeah, that's how I got into drifting. Just the classic donuts on empty car parks, and then we'll try donuts on a quiet roundabout on a private road.
Mexico.
Yeah, Buenos Dias. Yeah, and then just went on from there. Fast forward to about 7 or 8 years ago, started going down to the Manchester meets, found out what magic was. And basically had a completely stock IS200 with an open diff and lit her up. Got rid of my Lexus, ended up with an E46, BMW best car. I got with Gemma, my fiance, and ended up moving down here. I ended up doing a bit of work up at Buxton after doing a couple of days up there. Downhill from there, really. No tyres, no fuel funds, broken cars.
Whoever tried it is still doing it, or is remembering the times and looking forward to the next time out on the track.
Briefly going back to, Magic Roundabout and all that sort of thing. Very, very fond and vivid memories of a guy in an E36 it was, and then a couple of months later he came out in an E46 I think. I was like, this guy can pedal, and it was Dan Wainwright.
Okay.
And he was getting close, and I'm like, I don't know who he is, but he obviously trusts me. And we were playing, and then, yeah, like I said, when I got with Gemma and moved down here, it's like, I know you. And sort of very much the same with yourself, saw you up at Buxton a few times, and then I don't think I've got any friends from back home that I speak to as much as the likes of yourself and Dan and a few of the others. Completely flipped me on my head, really. It's sick though, good fun. So yeah, that's how I got into breaking cars.
And the financial stability
Massive.
of a 5-year-old.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. It's I hate to say it, I feel that it's only going to get harder. As soon as, I mean, I know I'm keeping my 5 Series on the road, but it's going to get to the point where people are drifting 1 Series like they used to drift 36s and 46s, and then it'll be the next one after that, and it'll be in the newest shape. And
that actually happens already now. When I was in Poland now and looking around what's going on, you can see quite often 1 Series, especially the coupe with the boot, chassis used as a semi-pro build.
Really? Right, okay. That's another thing. I'm very much a doer, not a watcher, which is why Woocash has just educated me on something that's happening in the world right now that I'm not aware of. I've always been the sort of person that has to go out and have a go, because if I try and watch it, I just fall asleep. Pretty much. But yeah, and that's another reason why I stepped back from working at a track that facilitates drifting, because I'm stood this far away from cars on full lock, full chat, wide open throttle. And I'm like, I should be in it, not watching it. Yeah. And I believe that that's a thing that quite a lot of people sort of struggle with when working trackside and stuff. But so yeah, I've no idea about the world of drifting further than what I can see and who I know. But yeah, I fear that it's going to start getting very expensive for a lot of people, because they'll be throwing Teslas on track next and all.
Well, they did already a E36 electric drift car in the States.
Why? Is it to keep the vegans happy?
I'm not the one to comment on that.
I mean, like, I suppose it is the future, but it's hard from someone who has grown up around the combustion engine to step back and be like, no, electric's good. You know, and another thing that I've thought about as well is there's going to be a whole different generation of petrol heads. That, you know, the kids now that are like, oh, there's a supercar and it's, I don't know, some fucking high-spec electric thing. The dream car in my day was an F40.
Yeah.
And if you compare the two, I mean, for the environment and stuff, yeah, cool, go electric. If we're not going to talk about building them and all of that stuff, but compared to an F40 flying past you flat out, it's just a different kind of thing, innit? So, but it's the way the world works.
Well, I was always kind of saying that I'm more than happy to be the last bastion fighting to keep the old cars running. I'm well up for that, because I'm not the biggest fan where is it heading?
Yeah.
In what direction? And unless they're gonna implicate more combustion engine friendly stuff, but they will be trying to kill it off towards electric ones.
Yeah.
Oh well, but I'm still waiting for the day when one blasting the sound of Jetsons little thingy gonna drive past me.
Like I can't remember what it is, one of the little tiny electric ones, when they reverse, they do like a and you're like, oh, why? Just put a beeper on it, just put a buzzer on it. Unless it looks like a DeLorean and you can make it make funky noises, just don't bother. And don't put speakers underneath to make it sound like a V8 or a V6.
Yeah.
And also, while we're on the subject of speakers underneath, the switches that you put under your clutch pedal to make it sound like it's got a dump valve, they're going in the bin as well. They shouldn't be allowed.
Well, anything that's like AutoZone / Halford special and Wish.com.
Wish, I'm going to say this right now, if Wish sponsored me, I'd be the coolest kid around.
Okay.
I bought some, Gemma got a video of it. I came in from the pub a little wavy and bought a collection of You know, the coffin dancers.
Yeah.
And the little figures about this big with the coffin. Yeah, they turned up. It took like 6 months to get there, but well worth it.
Okay.
But yeah, and like chrome stick on bits. Yeah.
Kind of tacky.
Just a little. But yeah, so don't put speakers underneath your electric car to make it sound like a V8, please.
Yeah, it's like a vegan ordering a burger because they're missing a burger.
Yeah, but it's made out of nothing but carrots. It's just not the same, is it? You just need juicy cheese as well, cheese and bacon on it. If you're going to do it right.
Yeah.
And you know I'm getting a takeaway on the way home.
I mean, if somebody likes veggie stuff and things,
Yeah, there's nothing.
Good for you. I'll stick with my preferences.
I don't have an issue with vegans or veggies. I'm cool with that. I just like meat. It's horses for courses. If you want to do it, you do it. But yeah. So I honestly don't think that the car industry is going to sustain petrol, diesel, any other sort of engine, and it's just going to make it harder for young'uns coming up, and then it will be sort of getting expensive.
Yep. The fuel gonna go only up.
Yeah.
Everything gonna go up. So slowly they will withdraw.
Everyone's going to be drifting diesels on vegetable fat. They smell like a fish and chip shop at every track.
Imagine the price of Volvos.
Yeah. Volvos and D-turbos. Peugeot 306s, that's all that's going to get raced. But, yeah, it's a shame. But I think as long as there's people like my car's barely on the road, but it's still on the road. But as long as there is people that, you know, carry on working with the older stuff, I think that's what will keep the last bits of it alive for as long as possible. But that's the sort of thing that you just have to wait and see what happens, isn't it?
Slow progression from generation to the next one of the cars that we get in so cheap, and then we killing them off because it was so cheap.
Yeah.
But yeah, nowadays, like you were saying, 1 Series or even the 3 Series is fairly affordable as a E92.
Yeah, it's scary because, like you said before, keeping the old cars on the road. And I had in my head like E30s, E36s. You're probably on about E46s and newer.
Well, no, I prefer actually the older ones. So, let's say up to 2000. There isn't many cars after 2000 that I really like and kind of respect for the show. Most of them is kind of meh. 90s, 80s, 2070s
with the pop-up headlights. Pop-up headlights and individual round headlights are my thing.
Aye.
Just because they're just cool, aren't they?
I need to admit, I really like the doubles on the 34.
Yeah.
They just, especially with the wide nose.
Yeah. Oh, and yellow headlight bulbs. You can't see anything. Everyone can see you, and they're like, "What is that?" But you can't see anything more than the light that we have on in here, and you're blinded. But yeah, I think it's sort of very iconic, the kidney grills and the thing, the lights. Yeah, and it just gets me going.
But to be fair with BMW, even though I'm not the biggest fan of the design nowadays, it's a quite a big jump back to the prehistoric times of like 328, which didn't look like anything what we got on the roads nowadays, but short of 100 years ago. And they would have a grill from the bottom to up to the bonnet.
Yeah. To me, how I see people refer to them as like rabbit teeth and stuff. It looks to me like someone's driven into a bin bag, and you know it's just stuck on the face of the car. But there was a Japanese company as well who were making older front ends retrofit onto new stuff, so you get rid of the bin bag on face thing, and they're quite cool.
Okay.
But I just can't imagine spending however much, you know, buying a new M3 competition and then going, let's take all the bumpers off it and make it look like something else.
Yeah, let's put an E36 front on it.
Yeah. E36 with headlights that don't aim where they're meant to, or that rattle as they go over speed bumps.
Yeah.
I'd be happy with that.
I would aim towards more perfection.
Yeah.
Just a touch.
Make them aim the right way.
Look half reasonable, not like...
Yeah. Tape crosses on them.
I've never actually did that, or at least I don't remember.
It's great. I did it on my 34. It looks sort of cool. You can see even less. Because it's exactly... It's exactly where the light's coming out. You've got 2 bits of tape. But it's all right. It makes me feel like I'm in a rally car.
Fair enough.
Like some dodgy 80s Monte Carlo vibes. And it wasn't on there to hold the lens together. At all. Definitely not.
Not at all.
No. But yeah, the new shape BMW. Incredible. Do you think that we're going to look back on the current BMW and be like, what a classic?
Those were the good days.
Yeah. I don't think it'll happen.
No. I think I will be, unless, no, still no.
And like, are we going to be like, I remember when Teslas first came out? You know, like the guys that had looked back in the 60s on the Ford Model Ts, like, is it going to be that big? Or is it not? I think it'll be a pretty big...
With Tesla and stuff?
Yeah. It doesn't mean that we like them, though. I mean, they're fast. They are very fast.
Yeah. But they don't have a rumble under the bonnet, and that's kind of... They are a way of transporting yourself.
Yeah. See, if you had a Tesla tow car, so you get to the track for like nearly free.
I don't think it's that really nearly free. Some of the people are complaining, and as long as you do it at home, apparently it's not that bad. But once you start charging on the way, it's...
We were speaking to a guy who has a Audi, like a Q7, but an electric one, and he put £47 onto it for 100 miles at a Costa Coffee. £47.
That's just mad for me.
Yeah.
And then the question is, because obviously the electric vehicles are so great for the environment. So, did we develop ways to recycle the old batteries yet? Don't think we did.
Have we found anywhere to get the stuff to make the batteries from? That isn't...
Without damaging the globe?
Yeah.
No, we didn't. And on top of that, obviously there's new generations. Recently was the nuclear fusion made, which could be eventually used as a super efficient power source. But the main problem is, at this moment, we are still not eco-friendly with getting it on the road and then even getting the power to charge them up.
And then there's the issue of delivering the power. So when it comes to the end of your street and everyone's now got an electric car charger, there's some bloke called Steve from Yorkshire on a digger that's run by diesel. digging up street to put these new electric cables in for fancy electric cars. I don't know why Steve's from Yorkshire, but if everybody's street has to do that, like I honestly think there's going to be a change, and I think they'll either really take off or they'll really flop, because you can't start ripping everywhere up to put extra power cables in, and if you did do, it's just more stuff that's ruining the environment. Stick to big petrol engines with turbos.
Well said. Well said.
We need Greta Thunberg in something that's got loads of horsepower. Like loads of horsepower. Just take her out for a few laps. She'll soon change her mind. But we got a bit off track there, didn't we?
Just a touch.
Putting the world to rights with Woocash and Ross. We'll just, Woocash for Prime Minister. We'll do that.
Hell no.
Why?
No.
Got like
There's somebody that will be deciding, let's say, if there should be any sort of tickets for flying sideways. Yes, but Prime Minister, I would be too busy with stuff.
Like what?
Running this place.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who is now, but the last few that I remember while living here, I really believe I would be able to do a better job. A coat hanger standing there would make a better job.
No comment. And you're only saying this because you get to leave tomorrow. I've got to stay here and put up with it.
All choices in life.
Choices in life. How rich would you be if you didn't like cars? I'd be so rich. I probably wouldn't, because I'd have another expensive hobby, but...
Yeah, there would be quite some money in my pocket.
Yeah. Or you'd have like a really nice collection of stamps. Or like, I don't know, you'd have something else expensive, but how miserable would you be?
Yeah. Although, if you'd have a real passion, that's something that I'm always happy about, that I got a passion that I can spend my whole life on. I can make my living with it, and it's a hobby at the same time. I like it.
And you're not... I think the thing that I like about motorsports or car people in general is you're not weird for liking it. It's like everybody knows a car guy. You go and speak to your mum. You go and speak to whoever down in the office, or they're always, directly related to, or they're very good friends with someone who is a car person.
Yeah. Common breed.
Yeah. Common breed, but a bloody good one at that.
Oh, the best one.
Most of them.
The best one.
Most of them. Because it is essentially, and I know Clarkson said it, but it is just like 2 tons of bits of metal thrown together.
Yeah.
But it's amazing how you can...
But how intricate it is.
Oh, yeah.
How peculiar the people that designed it. How geeky they were.
Yeah.
What sort of a knowledge and how smart brains they had to come up with some of the solutions that they've been using over 100 years ago, and make it so it could evolve to the point where we are now.
My hat goes off to the guy who designed the torch in the BMW glove box. That guy, because it's pointless, but everybody needs one.
It's not pointless. It was a smart thing.
Yeah, but
he
you can
knew you're gonna be on the side of the road when it's dark, and you didn't have a phone back then, so you didn't have a torch in it.
Yeah.
So it was always there for you, so you can check how low your coolant got.
Or if you've got any.
Yeah, and how big is a puddle under your engine?
Yeah. And so you can see the vapour of the smoke coming off your Vanos.
Yeah.
But yeah, I fully agree that it's the intricacy and the fact that you're in full control of that. Everything that you do is connected to another little thing. It's connected to another little thing. Something as simple as changing gear. And that's another thing, ban automatics. You know, the clunk of an aggressive gearbox, it's just...
There's bloody something to it. That's one of the reasons why I like the MX-5 so much.
Yeah.
The gearbox is just got such a, even as a standard
Click, click.
edition, such a nice click. It's so well balanced, so well weighted. The gear stick. People that are taking them off and putting something super light, they're missing out.
Yeah.
And they just so tight and right.
And
just
another thing about the MX-5 platform, Mark 1 only, because I know you're a Mark 2 guy, but
I'm not.
What shape was the custard?
Custard was Mark 2, yes.
There you go.
What shape was my first silver one that ended up fully kitted and
didn't
green?
see that.
Mark 1.
Okay.
What shape was my red when I got back from Africa that I was drifting at Buxton, the cage loop one?
I don't know.
Mark 1. What shape was my daily Berkeley?
I don't know.
Mark 1.
Okay. All right, okay.
It was an accident that I've ended up with an NB. It was yellow.
But it was the best accident.
The
name was the
fact that the name of Flying Custard came to me, that was the best thing ever. And the fact that it was a yellow car, and I really wanted that. At the time I had a gold E-Class estate, and as great as it is, and it's a great car, I just felt 63 in it. Full on. Even with the big smoky burnouts it was doing. Just like, it's just not me.
So you thought, I'm going to buy a Mark 2?
So I was like, who I can swap it with? And I found a guy with a California.
Oh, okay. But what I was going to say, before I rudely misjudged your choice in MX-5 platforms, is like you were saying with the gearbox, now everything's so connected. When you drive a car that's built like that, everything's just there. You become the car. And it's the same with the older Beamer stuff. You just know where you are and you know everything is going on.
They feel different. Although saying that, I didn't drift a E92 yet.
I don't know whether you'd just be too comfortable, and because that's not what drifting's about, is it really?
Staying comfortable.
Well,
it's definitely.
You want to try the 34? Oh, it just loves it. It's like drifting the Titanic.
I've started in a 34. My first time at Buxton, first day ripping the diff apart within 2 hours on the track. Happens.
It's good fun though.
Oh, it is.
Massively good fun. So yeah, I just really like cars and that. Proper like cars. And it's amazing how it does connect you to a bunch of people that are all just as passionate as you are. And then it's weird because that passion fuels your passion, and then that passion fuels their passion, and you sort of end up getting a bit wrapped up. Yes,
you should try new things,
yeah.
Especially so that you don't regret not doing it. I'll rather fail than regret not trying stuff.
I think there will be a fair amount of people who do make the transition to electric things, whether that's cars, buses, trucks, whatever. So I think it'd be healthy for some of the real mechanics to stay on the petrol and diesel engines. But yeah, I think it's very wise if you're gonna do the proper stuff, just stick with it. I mean, with the work that I do, the recovery stuff, it's an absolute nightmare as soon as you get sent out to an electric car. Because an electric car that the petrol equivalent weighs like 1,400 kilograms, you go out to an electric one, it's like 2 tons. So instantly, it just causes issues. And you need a degree in like computer science to read the codes.
Because it's so easy to analyze yourself when you're supposed to walk with them without having the knowledge.
Yeah.
Even with stupid some of the xenon lights, there are little triangles.
We don't read them. We don't read them.
I had a situation where the boss sent off one of the apprentices to go and change a bulb, and he started changing it while the power was on. That's 10,000 volts or something. I'm like, stop. Don't worry, I'll do it. I went to the boss. I'm like, are you seriously hating him so much? You planning to get rid of him?
But apprentices have to learn somehow.
Yeah, sometimes by being fried.
Yeah.
I prefer to explain and show.
Yeah. It is a crazy world that we're living in, and that things are changing so rapidly. But it is good that people are sticking with it.
Well, we need to keep all of the drift cars alive as much as possible. Stop wasting good chassis.
That's a weird thing though, because we keep them alive, but then we go out and we beat on them so hard, and then we spend another month trying to keep it alive, and then another drift day comes up and you take it out and you beat on it hard.
You know, if we're gonna just say, I agree with you, but if we're gonna just say that, oh, we're keeping them alive, we're giving them a second life and stuff, sounds better, people might buy it.
Yeah.
Well, the non-car people, the car people are aware what's going on.
But I can honestly say modified stuff can be ropey sometimes, but it always, most of the time, works. You see, you see a lot of standard stuff broken.
Yeah. Oh, no. It's because the modified cars can't afford the recovery. They got mates to pick them up.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. That puts me in the category of being the mate with the recovery truck there. Fuck.
If you want to have friends calling you constantly, get a truck trailer or a ramp.
A diagnostics machine as well. You'll get all sorts of.
But you know, if you get a ramp in a workshop.
Yeah, everyone's your friend. Or a spray booth. That's another, I know it's still workshoppy, but yeah. Yeah, there's been some long nights spent swearing at cars.
Oh, aye. The funny bit is, everybody's like, oh, why are you spending time on cars? Oh, it relaxes me.
Yeah.
Then you enter the workshop and just...
The amount of holes in cars and in walls and in dents in toolboxes from throwing parts or tools or whatever. It's incredible. But it does relax you. But the thing that I saw on Facebook, which is so true, you know, when a guy is laid under his car and he's just got his hands on his chest and he's got his feet crossed and he's just laying there looking at it, you know he's having a bad time.
True.
He's having such a bad time. So yeah, cars are really addictive. We got off track again.
So what would be a dream garage? Let's say 3 or 5 cars.
3 or 5 cars. E34 M5 straight away.
Estate or saloon?
Both.
Okay. Oh, that's 2 places already.
That's fine.
Okay.
Best car.
Okay. 3.6 or 3.8?
I'd have one set up as a cruiser. It'd have to be the Touring. Set up as a cruiser. I don't really care as long as it makes the noises.
Okay.
Because it's never going to be a fast, you know, it's never going to be, well, obviously the quick, but it's never going to be like...
Nowadays, most of the normal semi-performance vehicles are going to just do circles around it.
So straight up 2 Beamers.
But for the noise, I need to admit, I would aim for the V8.
Yeah, we'll go V8 then. You're building them, I don't care.
Okay.
Because money's going to be no object. You know what I mean? So
Sounds like a plan.
But the the thing that'd have to be right. Did they do Technoviolet in the 34M5? So it's got to be that black leather, matching wheels. They need to be the same car apart from the ass. I don't know why, but they just do. F40, 100%, and it'd get rallied.
Tax the rich type of thing.
Yeah, and just, you know, when you see a kid in a waiting room and he's got a car and he's going bah, bah, with a little toy car, but in real life, that's always been a thing for me to have something like that I've grown up with. And just, you know, you think of an iconic car from that time, and 99% of people, if you say an F40, they go, show them a picture, they'll be like, yeah, I know exactly what it is. Because the noise, it's just, it does naughty things to my head. So yeah, so we might need a bigger garage.
Okay.
So we've got the two M5s. We've got an F40. There's got to be a truck of some description in there.
What sort of?
See, half of me wants to say something like, what are them things that the Saudi guys have?
Patrols and Land Cruisers.
Yeah, big power, like fully built, turbos bigger than the Continent, like, you know, sandrail tyres, all the lights on top. But then the other side of me wants to go like Aussie Outback, tray back, big stack, snorkel. So there'd be a 4x4 in there, whether it's a fast on-road one or whether it'd be a dirty mud slut that just goes anywhere you point it.
Aye.
Nissan Micra K10.
Okay.
Because it was my first car, and they were just awesome. You just hit things and then carry on. And then, you know, when you're at the traffic lights and your mate's behind you and you can see him grinning in the mirror and you're like, what's he doing? And then you go, and just drive into the back of you. But it was such a cool, quirky little car, and I'd literally destroyed it. But I think I'd have one, and if I knew now what I knew then about, you know, stuff retrofitting and, yeah, just quite a, not like a big power, but, you know, like SR20 with, yeah, I hate saying that, but, you know, or something on throttle bodies, or something that makes it quick and fun.
Yeah. A normal SR20 DE would do the trick.
Yeah, but it needs to be like, bop, like noises, big noises. I think as long as it's an oldish looking thing and it's loud, I'll be happy. And my final car.
Quick concept of happiness.
Yeah, that's it. Just loud and old. Or it doesn't even have to be old, but like you said, sort of 2003 or prior. Things got a bit wonky after then. What else? Rolls Royce Silver Wraith.
Okay. How old? Like what?
72, specifically.
So new, brand new. 72 plate.
No,
do you mean the year?
1972.
Okay.
When I was growing up, my mum and dad had a limousine company, and they had the two limousines. They had an S-Class Merc, a C-Class Merc, and then this Rolls Royce. And it was just heaven. Everything about it, it's such a classic looking car, and you know, they'd do weddings in it and it'd be sat idling outside the church and you wouldn't hear it, and then you put your foot down and you hear it, and it's proper technology, not, you know, all the electric side of things, taking away the, you know, like when you move the heater controls and it goes boom, boom, and it just changes
instead of beep,
yeah.
beep, beep.
So I'd like one of them, and I think realistically that's the only one out of the collection that at some point I'll sell a kidney, a lung, a bollock, my foot. I'll sell anything as long as it's not my right foot.
Any takers,
Yeah,
offers,
they're
please
all
send
broken.
below.
They're all broken. So I'll have to sell multiple things. But I think that'll definitely be on the cards at some point. Not right now, because I drive a BMW.
Yeah, you do kind of need a garage and
Yeah.
constant maintenance basically on them.
But they're just so cool.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it's weird because I always hated chrome. I despise chrome until I got cars that when they came out, the chrome was the thing to have. And yeah, I don't know, I'd kill for one. So hopefully one day, or if you just want to gift me one.
Okay, hold on. We got a special surprise. I would love to. That would be really cool.
Yeah. Fully standard. That's probably one of the only vehicles.
No. Drop it down, get some different rims on.
And
Not so low profile tires.
This is
something
why my
chunky.
mum didn't let me have it. Because I'm friends with bad influences like you.
I'm a bad influence.
Yeah.
Don't tell them.
No.
They don't know it yet.
Yeah. You will. You will.
Chop the boxes off. Straight pipe it.
Bonnet exit. Matte black front grille. Who needs chrome?
Yeah, big hole set
Yeah.
sticking out.
Twins. Twin hull sets.
Well, and they, well, yeah, you could, but and they
One on each
6-cylinder on them, or is that the?
It's
no,
the 6.7.
Yeah, sorry, so that's the V8.
Yeah. The only thing that I don't like.
6.75.
Yeah,
Ooh, so imperial.
Yeah, so imperial. The only thing that I didn't like, and it's very German, is the column shift.
Mm.
It had a column shift, and I just think I'd keep indicating and throw it into reverse at 60.
If you'll ever achieve such speed. Although, no, actually, they should brake.
She went.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's dead weird because you're just going.
Mm.
And like your caviar and your champagne's sat, not in a holder, just on a flat table. And it's not sliding around, it's just there.
Sorry, I don't have the experience of, traveling with caviar and champagne and Rolls Royces since I was small.
One very brief story about the Rolls Royce, which was hilarious. My mum used to give me a time to be home. I was in my early teens, and I was like, no, I'm a BMXer and I'm rock and roll and I'm going to go to parties. And the minute it turned, the time I was meant to be home, the door would get locked and I'd have to bang on the door. And sometimes she'd answer it, but if I really took the piss and I was out super late, she'd be like, no. I'd be like, okay. Rolls Royce sat on the driveway. You have never had a better night's sleep than coming home a little bit wavy and just going, oh, as soon as your bum heats the lever up, incredible.
For that reason, I'll rather go on the back seat. I've slept in an old Rolls Royce in the back.
Yeah.
Meant.
We sound so posh, but it's not.
Posh or weird, I'm not sure how hard for me to decide.
Yeah, it takes the posh away when you're sleeping in the back of your Rolls Royce, but
It wasn't my Rolls Royce.
okay. But yeah, that was my perfect garage.
Okay.
What's your perfect garage?
Oh, it's so late. My perfect garage.
If there's a Morris Minor in there, I'm going to be pissed off.
It's not a dream car of mine.
Okay.
I'm trying to get there with it. So since always I've loved 34s. If I'll sort out my 540, my White Beast, and probably just manual I'll keep it as a cruiser, as automatic, or manual swap it, but then I know I will be playing around.
Yeah.
That's there. 80 series Land Cruiser. Always like.
There's got to be a truck. There has to be a truck.
Well,
anybody who tells you that there doesn't have to be a truck is a liar.
Dude, I crossed 2 continents in that car, and in my opinion, one of the best cars ever. The 80 and the 100 series, they kind of, in some ways, the most reliable, the most capable, the most comfortable. The compromise is so well done that whole Africa is built on them.
Yeah.
They really do the trick, and the shape of the 80 series, in my opinion, is iconic.
Yeah.
It looks so good, and it's just right.
So your dream car, would it be your 80s, or would it be a new old stock, fully, like, original?
No, I'm absolutely emotionally attached to Cleopatra.
So it has to be your one. Right,
yeah.
that's cool. That's cool.
Because, if you drive a lot in something, or if you got, how could I call it? Adventures and memories. Some people get sentimental towards things. I've got it like that, where I was like, instead of selling it, I'll rather, when it was going up for sale, I'll rather keep it, buy it, keep it for myself, and eventually get back on the road and enjoy it this or that way.
It's cool that you chose yours over a brand new one. Because I think that shows not only the actual connection you have with it, but it shows that, because can you imagine them things being brand new? You know what I mean? Like, if it was completely brand new, it'd be a hell of a truck. But you when you walk past the driver's door and there's a gouge in it, and you're like, oh, I remember what happened there, and
yeah, I do remember some of the trees and other stuff.
So it takes you back to you being connected to the vehicle.
Yeah. That an RX-7 was always an
angry one. The ones where you just turn it on and it bap 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 bap.
To be honest, unless I would be like super rich, I wouldn't touch.
Money's no object. You've got billions and billions and billions of pounds.
I would consider and try it out, and then I would probably swap it for something else to enjoy it differently and see how the chassis gonna behave in such conditions. One thing, as much as I do like the brap brap brap, they often are a touch too loud for me. I don't like it when it's like obscenely loud. Unless I'm driving it, it hurts double. Hurts the ears and hurts looking that, they're having fun, I'm standing here.
Yeah. But then, you just get ear defenders for while you're working on it. That's the only time I'll ever tell you to put ear defenders on, by the way. But safety third and all that. But ear defenders, and then, because it's a dream car garage, you live in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, but I actually rather put a different engine in it. Dude, I'm already fulfilling for past few years, I'm picking up cars for that cheap. They're all projects, guys. I might sound like, oh yeah, I got an RX-7, I got a Land Cruiser, blah, blah. They all need something. They're all projects. Nobody here has got money or is trying to flash, but if a car comes up at a good moment, at a good money, I've paid for my 540, £300.
I give 700 for my 34.
10 years ago this year.
The guy didn't even want to sell it. They just kept ringing him. He's like, no. Come and have a look after Christmas. Yes! So, what engine is in your RX-7?
At the moment...
No, in the dream car. Is it a 1.9 ARL with a front mount intercooler and a big hybrid turbo?
That would be funny, yes. A 1900 TDI would be funny in it. Although I'm half on half, because on one hand I do love the sound of the V8, so some light, nice V8 would go in there perfectly. With the right budget, I would probably go to like a Toyota Yamaha engine from the ESF, and then just let it make the beautiful sound of my people, beautiful noise of my people. Or something like that, plus maybe a little bit of a whiny charger there.
Yeah.
Just something to make it really spicy.
A bit of whip. Because it's got to be, if you've got a supercharger, it's got to be really aggressive.
Mm-hmm. And I would love an R34.
Yeah.
But I would straight away stick a 1J in it or 2J. Just like I can't convince myself to the oiling issues with them. I've seen blown 2Js. There's still a half seized one at my workshop. Shit happens. But at the same time, it's like
Hey, if you keep that half seized 2J that's in your workshop, keep that for like another year, and that'll pay for, with the prices of them, that'll pay for half of your dream garage to be completed.
I wish it would be as good. No, but it would be like a SR20 or something lightweight 4-cylinder turbo, or like a V8 with potentially some induction, fast. So.
And would you be stock body, or would you be, the fat ass with all the big wang?
No,
and all the canards?
No, not into the time attack style. The canards don't tickle my pickle. But something potentially a little bit wider, yes. Because
somewhere to put your drink when you're working on it.
Yeah.
That's what I like about BMWs. There's always somewhere to put a can or a bottle.
But as many people as they love Supras, and I love them as well, when I look at the boot of them, it's like, as a mechanic, how the hell I supposed to be able to get over to a customer in that? Or just chuck my tools and random stuff. Just like, yeah, I know it's a sports car, but like, just no.
You could have a tow ball.
Yeah, have a Supra or an R34 with and dragging like a tiny Halford.
Yeah,
sort
as long as it's got the same wheels on. There's a quarter of the people watching this that agree with me, and the rest are like, shut up. But as long as it's got the same wheels on, and your trailer's sort of low, and you respray it, it's gangster.
You want to make that gangster? You buy a Nissan Stagea, you chop the front off, or you make it into an R34, and you make that into a trailer.
Yeah. Or take your pop-top roof off and put it on the Stagea, and have a camper skyline. Because then you could go fast and stay over.
Yeah.
You could, if
might be difficult to get as comfy as I would like.
Well, if you put the pop top on it, you could put a full roller cab in, and then It can be stood at, there you go, movable workshop, portable workshop.
And tow behind me a bus of random stuff.
Yeah.
Some ramps and extra drift car.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if a Skyline is the best car to do all of that jobs.
Why?
It's better to put him in the bus.
Yeah.
If money would be no object, I would have a fat bus. Or something like a good van that can tow anywhere and I can sleep in.
Yeah. With like the sides that come out and the barbecue grill at the back. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, big camper van. But that's not in the dream car garage because it's not a car, so we're allowed a camper van as well.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Who said the rules?
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah. So we both got fairly strong garages, but in different contexts. You seem to have lived through and created your own dream cars. And I just think that money's no object and just blow it on really, really nice cars.
Thing is, yes, I would put it. I would put a lot of supercars and things like that further down, but I don't know. The cars have certain type of souls for me. And I would love a Ferrari, Lambo, or Koenigsegg. There's so many different cars that are just amazing. McLaren F1.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You name it, there's so many really cool and fast cars. And at the same time, if it's only the 3 or 5 car garage that I've got, I would eventually probably pick something. But at the same time, I'm aware that I could make my car fast enough, any of my cars, to have my need kind of sorted out.
To fill your requirements.
I still got before me driving 300 kilometers per hour.
How many is that in English?
186. Or 200 miles, you know. I wouldn't mind clicking as well. So you got 320 kilometers.
Yeah.
So something like that. Something that begins with the 3. That's in the right environment.
Absolutely.
With the right car. Yes.
Not on a public road.
In Germany, on a good weather day, with the right time to kind of avoid trouble. Yes.
But what you also need is one of the many idiots that you know, because we all know the idiots, in the same car but next to you going. Because that would make it.
Yeah. That would double it.
Yeah.
Double trouble.
Yeah, there could be issues with that.
Yeah.
It'd be good though.
There would be issues. It would be fucking good. But
and you know you'd die happy.
Smiling or yeah, with a massive smile or maybe some.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shit no.
But yeah, I must admit the 200 mile an hour thing it's big. And it doesn't take a lot to go wrong. But I think that's what entices a lot of people when they're going fast. Because you get that brain silence. And everything that has ever pissed you off disappears. And it's you and the world flying past you and you're just there, being that guy. I'm about that. But I can't really go fast in my car because it doesn't do fast stuff.
You know, I told you the other day, put a turbo on it, stop being a cunt.
Yeah. It'll get turboed at some point. I've got the turbo there, and now it's what date is it? The 2nd, the 1st, or
it's
March 23.
First March.
Is it the 1st of March?
I think so.
I don't know. I don't even know what day it is.
first, or in a minute it will be the second?
Yeah, so I've said on tape it will be turboed, and it will.
By?
Oh, fuck. Give me a year.
Okay.
Shit.
Okay. And now, will it be at the same time drivable fully?
Yeah.
Because I mean, you're gonna put a turbo. Oh, it's turbo. No,
Oh no,
my friend.
it'll work. Yeah, it'll work. Yeah. I probably shouldn't have said any of this.
So if I'm gonna come next year, if I'm gonna fly in, you are taking me out in your turbo 5 Series.
Yeah. Yeah, I am. Fuck. Yeah. Okay. Deal.
I can't promise I'm gonna fly in, but I'm gonna keep you up to.
If I build it good enough, I'll just drive it down.
Aye.
Fuck, I shouldn't have said that either.
Welcome to Spain.
Yeah.
Although, now I'm gonna need to help you with it. If I'll build it good enough, that's...
No, it's just that it's not... I don't need you to come back. I just need you to carry on with the... Oh, Ross is FaceTiming me. And then when you answer it, I'm like wrapped up on Woocash, yeah? What does this do? Why is it leaking?
Do I need that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Weight reduction.
Yeah, gone. Oh, it's good fun.
Aye.
So I shouldn't have mentioned, you shouldn't have, fuck. So now I've got a...
Yeah, like you said it yourself. On tape, on camera.
Yeah, shit. Oh boy.
And now all of the 3.5 person that are watching me on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok or whatever will know.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to do it now. Fuck. Okay. Yeah. No problem. Not that I don't want to do it, but it's just one of them. I'll get around to it. Oh, fuck. That's it. I'm skint now for the next like 18 months because I'm gonna build it and I'm gonna damage it. You know that it's gonna run and then something's gonna break. But that's what we do. Again, going back to the...
We buy, we break while fixing, or fix what's broken. Then we drift, break, fix again, drift, break, fix again.
Yeah.
While you can, you carry on.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna have to turbo it. Oh, that's what we do then. She's getting turboed. Can't believe I just fell into that trap. With 3 cameras rolling and a microphone that's very close to my face and fully heard everything that I said.
Yep. No way back for you now.
But yeah, fuck. Okay, we'll do it.
What sort of power are you thinking about aiming for?
Any. Just to get it to work.
Any power, anything more than now, please.
Yeah, she's an asthmatic 150 brake 30 odd years ago. Currently doesn't have Vanos. So when you set off on a hill start, it's like, oh, and it eventually gets going. On the top end, she loves it. She flies. So yeah, anything more than that really. Just to be able to do a hill start with 3 people in the car and not stall, that'll do. But yeah, can't believe you tricked me into that. I tricked myself into it. And you say you're not a bad influence. It's all good though. It's all good. We'll be fine. And that's how easy it is to get carried away. All it takes is for that one dickhead to go, you won't.
You wouldn't.
Yeah.
Would you? Nah.
Next thing you know, you're 35 grand into a build. Just to prove your mate wrong.
See, now it works.
Yeah. The only original thing's the VIN and the number plates. But it works. It's still the car.
The sunroof stayed from the previous chassis.
What's left of it. Yeah. But that's another thing that I find incredibly good and refreshing from the car scene. When you get through the bullshit of car meets and people just driving like dicks, and you actually speak to people, you find people that do push you to borderline bullying, but do push you to create what you have got in your head as, you know, as a vision, yeah. And 9 times out of 10, when you're like, right, fuck it, this weekend I'm going to do this, people are like, okay, well, put the barbecue on. Why? Put the barbecue on, we'll go and do it. And next thing you know, there's like 6 people in your garage, all scratching heads. The neighbours are kicking off because there's nowhere to park. But yeah, it never ceases to amaze me, because you do find some people who, you know, you're genuinely going to value for the rest of your life until they build a faster car than you, and then it becomes a bit of a feud between friends. And but yeah, it does. It's a good connection, and I think that it does help a lot of people with the mental health. I know for a fact it has with me. Because you have an outlet of, like I said, you know, when you're driving, however you're driving, and everything goes out the window, and it's just you and this thing that you've created or that you're in the process of creating. Not a lot right else matters, really. And it can sometimes be the break that you need. Just keep it on the road. Rubbers down, please. We don't like people coming off the road, so
no.
Yeah, just always be mindful. But yeah, it does. Yeah, it just takes you to a different place, doesn't it? When you actually get it to work, and you can just drive. You're like a dog with 2 dicks. You're like, fuck yeah, I did this, and then it breaks again, and then you feel depressed, and then you work on it, and then you get angry. It's just a range of emotions.
Yeah, whoever works on cars knows all of the emotions. Might not be able to call them. I'm not able to call all of them.
Yeah.
But they all there.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're all there regularly. But yeah, cars are just fucking cool.
So true.
Yeah.
So true.
And vans are cool as well. Like your new mobile.
Wish it would be mine.
Well,
The new project, motorhome, Herman the German.
Herman the German. It's incredible. How long do you spend thinking of vehicle names? Because, dude, the Flying Custard is fucking incredible. And when I mentioned that...
It wasn't me.
Okay.
I didn't come up with the Flying Custard name.
Okay.
It was given to me. I'm not even sure at the moment who came up with it, but basically I came off the track and half of the people were like, Woocash and the Flying Custard. Hilarious. Sold.
Okay. Well, whoever did that, you get 10 points, because that's good.
Hats off.
Yes. If I had a hat on, it'd be off. And what's this thing called? Herman the German.
Yeah, that's Herman the German. It's a name that was not made by me again. It was. It came like that from the previous owner.
So basically, what you do is you just turn up and you adopt names.
No, so those are not the best examples. I got cars for which the name is fully some sort of my imaginary creation.
Okay.
We got the White Beast or the E36 Weapon.
Yeah.
It is like a missile car. It's just a weapon.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got Black Betty, the Morris Minor, 1955. I don't really have a name for the RX-7. And you got the Toyota Land Cruiser Amazon. That's Cleopatra, but that was named by Aisha when she was the owner of it. Because Cleopatra was the queen of Africa. And because we were crossing Africa back and forth, she just decided that will be a good name. And actually, it suits it to the T.
Yeah. So, just briefly going back to you bullying me into turboing my car, how hard is it to make a Morris Minor wheelie?
How hard is to get good drive shafts to a Minor?
Tubbed rear arches, wheelie bar, Mickey Thompson slicks, tiny front wheels.
And some engine, something different. And
I reckon you make a wheelie car.
no,
Why?
I'm not falling for it.
Fuck. It'd be cool though, wouldn't it?
It would.
You
it
should
would.
do it.
No, it's a car that it will be better if I'll just restore it and use it a little bit and sell it. That was always the idea, just to kind of, it's a good project, sort it out. I like it, sort it out. One day sell it, make some virtual profit, let's say. Because it's a cool thing about it, which is as well a pain in the ass, is that it's a split screen. So you got two windscreens in the front. Put in the gasket on that, because they are pushed in fits. It's an absolute nightmare.
Yeah. Has it got a windscreen in it now?
Yes, but it's partly pulled out.
So I ain't driving to Spain till you can send me picture and video proof that there is a new windscreen in, because I am not helping. That is one thing I don't do is glass. I remove glass really well. Really well.
As long as it needs to stay in any sort of condition, including not usable.
I'm good at sweeping glass up after I've removed the glass. But yeah, until you get a windscreen that, we ain't coming to Spain. It's not happening.
I've got a windscreen, both of them. There's the brand new seal is next to it in the box.
That's a long way to drive to get angry at an old car.
Yeah. That's true, but it's so worth it.
I'm not being bullied into replacing windscreen seals.
Because you wouldn't have the balls to come and do it. You wouldn't have the patience to even fit the windscreen in.
Is that the time? Yeah, no, I wouldn't have the patience. And I don't want to replace a windscreen.
I knew that you're that type of a guy.
Fuck off.
I knew that you would leave me alone to struggle with it.
Yep. And there'll be a job one day where I go, Woocash, how hard is this to do on my car? And you'll go, good luck. While you're in Spain in the sun in your swimming pool with your Morris. Oh, yeah, that time will come. So, I really love cars, and they've saved they've saved my life. And I get to meet cool people. It really is scary how we can just fucking drive things and then they completely lead you onto a different path in life. Yeah, they're just right good.
They are. And they are such a pain at the same time, but
yeah,
at least for me as a person, so worth it. So much freedom, so much independence, so many expenses.
Yeah.
But at the same time, sometimes the depression that comes with it when it's broken and you're struggling to fix it. But at the same time, it brings hope that, this time it's gonna be that.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. It can build you up if you're able to do things and realize how good you did compared to how you used to be not able to do much.
Yeah.
There's so many aspects of it which are just a blessing.
Yeah, an absolute blessing. they're just so cool. Because, like, if I wasn't into... This is how much cars really have changed my life. If I wasn't into cars, I wouldn't have met Gemma. If I didn't meet Gemma, I'd still be in a dead-end town with an okay job, but, you know, no prospects.
Because pimping ain't easy.
Yeah. No, it isn't. Not in a Rolls Royce, it's not. It's expensive. But yeah, you know, like a dead-end town. And if you think how many mutual friends that we've got, when realistically, the only thing that's made me meet any of them is a car. Or for the love of cars. Yeah, it's just, it's crazy because it's so much more than just a car, isn't it? And even if you've got a rot box on the drive that's doing you in between your two cars, you know, you're driving a Fiat Panda or, you know. Yeah, but no, wait, the Fiat Panda 4x4.
Maybe the old one.
That's what I'm on about, yeah.
Oh, okay, I thought you were talking about the, like, modern...
The librarians' cars. The bingo goers.
Yeah, just, no.
But even if you're rocking around in one of them, as long as cars are involved, you end up happy.
But if it's got wheels, if it's got tits, expect trouble.
Yeah. And expect extra trouble if it's got wheels and tits. Yeah, it's going to cause you issues. But it's, I suppose, in a way, it's a therapy for the people that don't realise they actually need therapy.
It's a way to get away, kind of hide yourself from the world.
And also to express yourself.
Focus your mind on something else rather than whatever shite is going on around you at the time. Yeah, and like you're saying, it can be art.
Yeah.
Basically. Or at least some sort of a form of expression. The mood, the attitude, the happiness, the sadness.
Yeah. And the... Bless you, child.
Dziękuję.
the specifically the drift community, not necessarily the car community, you know, the modified car scene, because it tends to pool into people who aren't as into cars but use it as a social group, whereas I find the drift community are for the most part, you know, a family, and even if you're at a street spot and some other guy's drifting, at some point during the night, you're going to be like, should we go and run doors? Or, you know, that thing happens, or you're on the roundabout and he's just giving it that on the door. And you just like, okay, let's go and party. And that, it's a majority of the people are very inclusive. And regardless of what you drive or how you drive it, that's a very loose term, you know, usually you can make connections. And it wasn't until I started driving professionally down here after meeting everyone, where you drive along and you're having a god-awful day and you think, oh, what am I going to do? Look for your contacts, and like we've done many a time, we sit and we'll talk on the phone for an hour and nothing's changed, nothing major's happened. But all of the people in my contacts list that I call like that are all people who do hood rat shit in cars.
And it's as well, especially kind of for us, well, in our situation, a very good way to keep a steady mental check type of situation, where one or the other, once a month, let's say, or something like that, will ring the other one and just ask honestly, so how you doing, dude? Are you okay? You're struggling with something? How's life?
Yeah.
Quick chat, sometimes go on for an hour about everything.
And it's not that we're nosy, and I know this may come across the wrong way. Sometimes when I ask you, it's not that I care and I want to know, but sometimes people need the opportunity to go, and it's mad because how far is Spain from here?
2,400 kilometers.
In English? 1,900 miles?
Over 1,500.
I know you better than people that live 100 miles away that I grew up with and went to school with. And you know, there's other people that I speak to regularly that are in the car community, specifically the drift scene. It's the exact same, you know, people that you grow up with and that you go to school with, and you think, oh, I'm going to be friends with these forever, and you see them in the pub, or they're having a baby with your friend, or any of that. Whereas the drift scene does include a lot of people from different walks of life, but there is the common thing, not only the cars, but people actually care. And it's mad because we beat on cars so fucking bad, but we actually respect each other a little bit, and you know, and there is a lot of care and love there, and it's very important.
True.
And what's fucked up is a lot of people don't understand that it is that open and that chilled and that that easy to discuss stuff.
Because it became, the drift scene became the cool kids at some point, the movies and what's not. And random people start showing up, but at the same time, some kids might be just looking at it, oh, it's so far away, it's all of those, you know, Nissans and Beamers and this and that, and the big wings, the massive wheels, you know, the lows and whatever else. But behind the amount of livery stickers and sponsors, there is actually just a kid that just loves doing it, loves flying sideways in a car, loves spending time often around his car or with his friends, and just love enjoying a positive vibe, the absolute adrenaline and dopamine filled weekend, without any kind of, you don't need to be drinking or taking anything to have amazing time.
Yeah. A prime example of this I mentioned before, not name dropping, but Mr. Oliver Evans. When I was at Buxton, I was working the gate. So you pull up, show me your wristband, I open the gate and I go 1, 2, 3, 4, however many cars are going out. And there was a kid in a compact. I spotted straight away he had a BMX t-shirt on by being a BMXer, and I was like, cool kid, let's see how he can pedal. Skidding really well, and then we got the pool noodle out, put it through the gate, and like ding, 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 and they all clipped it. I was like, cool. Apologies.
No worries.
So, I'll ring her back in a second. Sorry, Gemma. So yeah, clipping the pool noodle. I was like, take it away. And I kept taking it away, and this pool noodle got to about this long, but it didn't hit the wall. And I was like, that's got to be luck. Did a few more laps and he come off. And I said to Dan, I was like, that kid in that 36 compact is fucking unreal. And he's like, yeah, it's Ollie. I'm like,
Ollie who?
Yeah, who's that? And he was like, I can't remember what competition it was at the time, but he was like, yeah, such and such competition winner, or like the next big thing, or whatever stage in his career it was. Now I remember thinking like, fucking hell, and he's just come out with a load of guys who are doing it at weekend for fun, and there's no like obviously it was his practice car or a beta car or whatever it was, but there's no hierarchy. Like obviously if you line up with some of the big names, you're going to be like, boys, I'll let you go in front, I'll just do it. But sometimes it's not, you know, it's not always like that. It's it's a very inclusive community.
As an explanation, Ollie is another drifter that started at Buxton, basically. And he became in 2019 the champion of UK, BDC. Last year in Drift Masters, he won Łódź in Poland, the round up against James Dean and Piotr Więcek. So he knows a thing or two about it. He knows.
And you know, he's created such a name for himself. Yet a couple of years back, again, you know, there's no sponsorships on T-shirts, and there's no, you know, everybody's buying butties from the same butty van, and you're all stood in the queue. And he looked and acted and sound and came across like everyone else there. And it just shows
Well,
how...
actually, no, he is a little bit different. He's from Wales, so...
This many fingers on both hands. But, you know, it's incredible, because if you think of a footballer, you don't get that. You get, you know, turn up in an M5 or whatever, nice car choice, but, you know, or the Bentley or the Porsche or whatever, and he walks straight past the poor kid that's been stood in the rain for 3 hours that wants his autograph. He's not even on the real team. He's just a sub that's getting ready to practice in case someone hurts themselves. And he walks straight past him, he doesn't even look at him, and he just... Whereas you go to a drift event and it's like, can I get a picture with you? Yeah, sure. And you can ask people about the cars. Or if someone sees you looking at the car, they're like, yeah, start it up, have a go. You know, all of that thing, it's so inclusive. I've driven more drifters' cars than I've driven non-drifters' cars in anger. And that's purely down to people see you can skid and they're like, oh, cool, what's it like drifting something that old? And I'm like, you smash it up, you help fix it. And they're like, all right, well, you smash it up, you help fix it, and then you're in their car and they're in your car and you're doing the same thing, and it's just like you don't get that anywhere else.
That's true, yeah.
And it's not awkward, you know, it's not like you're not like, oh, I need to get really worked up and ask this guy what his name is so I can add him on Facebook and we can go skidding again. It's just like, we come here quite often, type your name in and we'll do shit. But
that's the thing. I remember some of my first competitions at Buxton, and I was going up against Carl Farah. And at some, I've made mistakes. I've blown my whole run, both of them actually. But at some point, Carl, which Dango as Dango, bought an S13 that day, like 2 hours earlier.
Hadn't even started it till he got to track. Didn't know if it ran, nothing.
Basically, yeah. And then came out and we almost kind of ended up in the wall, but we saved it. It was all good. So we finished the run. He won, but he's coming over to me. Yeah, amazing. Sorry, dude. Sorry, I've almost put us in the wall. I'm like, it's kind of part of the game. Plus, but did I die?
Yeah. And was I smiling? Yes. There's that.
But the fact that there are people that they're just happy to drive with you, and there's so many guys that I know that
and girls.
And girls that are recognizable in the right type of motorsport as great drivers, and they just normal people. You don't have the type of overblown ego.
No.
Well, maybe one or two, but you don't have it like with many other sports.
That Woocash is pretty overblown ego. Own podcast.
Oh, he's the worst.
Yeah, talking about his 540.
Blowing his own trumpets.
Yeah, but yeah, it is a very. I hate the term grassroots because it can be overused and it can be interpreted the wrong way. But drifting is a very grounded sport, and the people that do it, unless you get into like real heavy competition stuff, then you've got to put a game face on, and you've got to do your thing. But 9 times out of 10, it's just a pair of idiots that look like this at a track with beat up cars that are skidding with another pair of idiots that look like this.
But why are you calling it grounded?
It's ground is maybe not the right word. It's a down-to-earth sport, even though it's so extreme. It's not really, but that's just you getting used to it. But
yeah, extreme ones you're gonna get past certain type of speeds and things and grip.
But it is just it's very community fed, and it is not family in the way you use it, but it is sort of a family environment, because you'll have someone who's 45 and is just, he's got an old Beamer and he knows a lad who's welded the diff up and he's always wanted to go because James Bond used to skid round corners or whatever. And then you get the likes of Max, who's 14, turning up in his E30.
Max Cotton.
Yeah, at the same drift day. And you just, you wouldn't get Ronaldo on the same pitch as little Timmy, who's 7, who plays for his primary school. It's it's such a down-to-earth and relaxed environment to be in. And obviously, there is always judgy people, no matter what you do. But you could turn up in a beat old Jaguar that's an auto, the slush box, with the welded diff, and you've spray-painted flames up the side. But as long as you pedal it right, and you have a laugh, and you have fun, people are happy for you.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. But yeah, I just love it. Anything to do with cars, but specifically anything that goes sideways. Because it's a constant learning curve. You're always learning something new. And you're always thinking of something new. And even when I'm working, or if I've come over here tonight and you come through a junction, you think, oh, that'd be so cool to fly. It's always in your head, no matter what you try and do.
It is.
Or you go somewhere new, like over towards Liverpool, there's a slip road, and it comes right round on itself. It's like nearly 360 degrees. You think, that would be so awesome to do. And then you find a roundabout that's on the same sort of tilt, and you just have a little play, and everything connects to everything when you're involved with it. So, but yeah, it's mega.
But obviously, all of those things are happening only on private ground and in Mexico, arriba.
Or in your dreams, just in your head. It's all thoughts.
So we never did. We don't think that people should be doing anything out there on the road. It's a stupid idea. Yeah.
It is. And I'll be the first one to admit, it is stupid. It is incredibly stupid. And I don't agree with it, but as long as everyone's safe.
I don't understand people that are blasting it and putting people's lives in danger, like in the middle of the day or something. That is just dumb. Don't do it. But if you're gonna end up in a industrial estate, 2 a.m, and there's a roundabout or there's an empty car park, and you're gonna try something, in the worst scenario, you're gonna wrap one of your wheels on the curb,
bent control arms.
Yeah, stuff like that. Just when I hear of the takeovers in the States or some of the car meets here where people start messing about, I'm just like, one of the reasons not to go there. Just avoid the trouble. I've started arranging meetings with friends where we just gather all around in a workshop, get the barbecue on, or cook a paella and just chill, and that makes so much more sense than some of the car parks nowadays with random strangers and finance vehicles.
The thing that concerns me about that scene and that mindset is I've seen you skid. I don't know if you'll have seen me skid in my 34 in person, but you can read a car whether you're in it or not. I can read a car whether I'm in it or not. And I'm not saying that we make it safe, but I know that if you come in at a certain angle, you'll be like, oh, I need to correct it. And I can see you needing to correct it. And people are aware of what's going on. The takeover thing and, you know, certain YouTubers putting on car meets where they shut major cities down. First of all, it's disruptive. But second of all, when you're out in a Golf R that you've rented for the weekend, or like we swap cars, you know, your mate says, have a go at launching the R, and you think, oh, fucking hell, this is great. And it just gets a twitch on, and you don't know how to react. That's personally why I'd always say, go to a track, have your first crash at a track, as an absolute minimum, even if it's nudging your mate or coming off the grass or whatever. And that's same for circuit racing and driving in general. If you're going to crash, do it somewhere where you can laugh about it. Yeah, basically.
Remember, guys, crash only in safe places. And don't hurt yourself.
Yeah. But yeah, it's become such a fucking minefield, because I'm all for going to car meets, and I'm all for going and getting coffee and donuts and just sort of hanging out and appreciating people's cars that they've spent a lot of time and money and effort on.
Mm.
And then, you know, people leaving and doing a bit of a smoky burnout. It's always going to happen. And in moderation, I don't see an issue with it. But then when people are drag racing in the car park, it's just like, you can't be doing that.
It's a little bit much.
Just a bit. But that's another thing that I think shines bright from the drift community. As soon as racing's done for the day, people will go down the shop and buy a few beers or meet for the barbecue or whatever, and the guy that you've had a bit of a grudge against all day because you can't catch up with him has just said, like, we cooked too many burgers, do you want a burger? And then
you're like,
no, you've got a better line than me, fucking go away. But, you know, and then you get chatting, and then the day after, you might go at it with a different attitude because you realise that he's not really switched on when he's drifting, he's just relaxed. So, you learn, it is just a constant learning curve, but at the same time, at the end of the day, and I mean, some people do go home, some people stay over. You find the ones that stay over, they'll have a few beers, they'll have your barbecue, and they are just normal people. They just like doing hood rat shit in cars.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a very inclusive thing, and I love it. For the 19th time, I just fucking love cars. You can't get away from the fact that everything to do with our lives pretty much revolves around them.
Really?
Yeah.
People can tell?
Yeah. We should start a church of vehicles. You do that. You can be like Pastor Woocash, or I don't know. We'll start a car church.
It did cross my head before. More drift oriented type of church.
Yeah. I like that.
But I need to look into how does it look in the sense of having lowered taxes.
Lowered taxes and slightly damp ground wherever you go. Just slightly damp. But you need to get the beard and the hair, man.
Okay. Oh man, like, not much hair.
Like down. If you're gonna start that sort of thing, you need crazy hair.
And if I'll get pulled over by the coppers, it's my religion. It states I'm supposed to go sideways.
Yeah. Show him a little book that's cable tied together. Yeah, we'll do that. And slightly stealing from other religious stuff, but we don't need wine. We need like a mix of 530 and 540 and a 10 mil.
No.
Yeah. You see, we could do this.
Some of the miracles would be kind of weird because, changing, let's say, water into something else. Usually that sounds your head gasket's gone.
Yeah, changing water and oil into just water and just oil. Yeah.
That would be a good one, actually.
Yeah. So when you do that, I'm probably going to need that after my turbo sent boost through everything.
Just be sensible. Less than 2 bars.
What's that in English?
28 pounds or something like that.
That's cheap.
Or 29.
Yeah, we will be sent. I'll just run it on. I still can't believe I fell for that.
If you blow like 5 to 7 psi's with a standalone ECU, and well, obviously depending on what size of a turbo you're gonna go for, but something that's not over the top, let's say, of a bold, you can run nice figures. I've seen guys running 260 and running a year or two already on it without any actual issues.
So you've bullied me into turboing it, and now you've given me figures that I've got to try and beat. Fuck it, be fine. We'll just aim for we'll aim for the high 2s.
Yep.
Aim doesn't mean the shot's going to be very good, but we're going to aim there.
I would say as long as you're gonna get into 2.5, but you're gonna get good torque there, and
Ripping
even
4th. Oh. Well, no, probably not. It'll be 3rd still, won't it?
well, first let's get the suspension on the steering system. So
Yeah. The arms should have been here today.
okay.
So now I can drive down the road and hold the steering wheel still, and I'm not doing this. Yeah. I fucking hate cars.
I love them. I fucking hate them.
That's it. It's yeah. But it is that is how quickly the emotions change. But I'm about that.
You drive the car, everything shakes, it's noisy, it's clunky, you hate it. Then you park it up, you walk away, you turn around. Can't believe I'm driving such a beautiful thing.
Yeah. And even if it's not beautiful, even if it's dog rough, it's still yours.
Mm.
Like, my Beamer's, the thought of it's pretty, but she's rough around the edges. If anything happened to that car, I'd be mortified.
Mm.
Like turbo in it. Fuck.
Or you can just collect all of the bits, then come over to Spain.
Turbo it out there.
Yeah. We can get it sorted.
Hello, Woocash. Yeah. I'm in France. Yeah? Fucking blown up.
You really believe you'd manage to get to France?
Yes. Woocash, I'm at the end of the driveway. Yeah. But yeah, the cars are just cool, and people associated with cars 9 times out of 10 are cool. Yeah.
And well, for the main part, I wanted to say thank you.
No problem,
for finding the time, for coming for a chat, opening up. I know that often it's not easy, especially in front of all of those millions of viewers.
And the bloke sat in the corner over there. It's... Even if I've made you feel different about yourself in the slightest way, and you might have an awful day, and then something will just go, Ross said don't worry about shit until you actually have to worry about it. As long as at some point in your life it's become positive, it's worth it. And if your BAFTA award winning podcast blows up and I influence millions and millions of people, and it helps just a little bit, it's worth sometimes opening up your previous wounds a tiny bit to give a bit of blood to people that sort of need it, if that makes sense. So it's a pleasure to talk about anything really with you. It's good to see you back on terra firma, even if it is only for like 3 days. But yeah, and people need to talk about shit with other people. It's not just...
True.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to put it. Speak to people. Whoever the people may be, just speak to them, I think. And BMW, best car.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, pleasure as always.
Yeah.
Good to see you. Hoping to see you
In Spain with a turboed car.
Yeah, that just like you're saying. So, and when are we gonna have this date set up for?
March next year, isn't it?
Okay. I was thinking it was just sorting out the car first. But okay, March next year. So March 2024. We see in
I'm gonna come in Valencia, hydro on, full lock. And they'll be like, who's this English guy? And I'll be like, I'm here to see Woocash.
and they will know who to call.
Yeah. Crazy Polish guy that lives on the hill. Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
Oh, that guy. Oh, yeah. You just go there, then you'll see the black marks.
Yeah.
Follow them.
Do you mean the guy who drives on the wrong side of the car? Yeah, him. Yeah, that guy.
Well, actually saying that's left-hand drive.
Yeah?
For a reason. Okay, sorry. Most of my cars are right-hand drive, actually.
There you go. But yeah, it is a pleasure. It's always a pleasure. And twice in one visit. We saw you...
I know, because we went to check out the lovely, gorgeous, absolutely breathtaking Northern Lights. Anybody who'd like to go and experience that, I can recommend not to go to a place which will be rainy, cloudy and foggy.
No, the headlights lit up the fog, and if you squinted, we nearly saw the Northern Lights.
Yeah, nearly.
We saw the moon. That's pretty good for Buxton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I've seen guys posting some photos from Anglesey. Wow.
Yeah.
Didn't expect that you can see that in such a beautiful way. Apart from like Scandinavia and places like that.
I've got quite a few friends in the Lake District, and it's just like perfect sky with all the pink and green and all that shit going on. So yeah, but to see you twice in one trip is incredible. So I like it. I like it a lot.
Glad we did it.
Yeah.
Again,
we're gonna have another. Yeah. You've got to put explosions over the top of that.
And I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care of yourself, and remember, it's okay not to be okay, but there are ways how to get better.